My landlord was a greedy leech, hiking my rent every chance he got for no reason. So I started messing with his head, one light bulb at a time. Old man Hemmings, my landlord, was the definition of a slumlord. He'd ignore maintenance requests for months, but wouldn't hesitate to slap on a rent increase at the slightest excuse. I couldn't afford to move easily, so I felt trapped. That's when the idea sparked. Hemmings lived in the unit above mine. He was old, set in his ways, and I'd noticed a pattern. He was incredibly particular about the lighting in his apartment. Everything was bright, almost clinical. So subtly, I started replacing his outdoor porch light bulb, first with a slightly dimmer one, then one with a cooler bluish tint. He'd change it back within a day or two, then I'd switch it again. I escalated slowly. A flickering bulb, a black light, a slow pulsing, color-changing LED. He became obsessed with that porch light. I'd see him out there multiple times a day, squinting at it, muttering to himself, constantly swapping bulbs from his ever-growing collection. Then, I moved indoors. I had a spare key to the shared basement where the circuit breaker for his unit was located, another one of his oversights. Late at night, I'd flip the breaker for a few seconds, just enough to make his lights flicker momentarily. He started complaining to the other tenants about electrical gremlins. I even overheard him on the phone with an electrician who, after finding nothing wrong, probably thought he was losing it. The best part, his paranoia started to bleed into his rent increases. He became less confident, less demanding. Maybe he thought I was somehow behind the haunting of his lights. Maybe he was just too distracted and sleep-deprived from his nightly bulb-changing rituals. He hasn't raised my rent in over a year. And every time I see his porch light cycling through a bizarre spectrum of colors, clearly he's given up on finding the right bulb. I can't help but smile. It's a small victory, but in my own little way, I've dimmed his greedy light.